This guy on Tucker's show weaponizes a Bible verse against Israel when it means completely the opposite. But let's hear him out first.
Well, it's the old covenant. I was raised just non-denominational Christian in large-scale churches, and we were pro-Israel. It's just a consistent deal. When you look at, I'm always going to go back to Scripture. So I'm always going to use the Bible to reference my perspective and what I think is going on.
Yes.
The nation state of Israel has just become an idol to the church in regards to how they, not all of them, but how some of them perceive it. And you have to ask why. And so we've done a little digging in regards to some FARA filings and others. And when you look at the old covenant in the Bible, it's one of those spots or parts of the covenant that you can weaponize. Israel's one of them. Giving and generosity, tithing is one of them. And when Christ came, he came to fulfill that whole old covenant, that whole contract. A new covenant. It's literally a new covenant. So that old covenant is complete, done, fulfilled, put on the shelf. A new contract is in place, and that's Christ's contract, Christ's covenant. And if you're a Bible believing Christian, but what that new covenant does is it takes the teeth out of the old covenant, the old contracts, that Mosaic law. But people like to lean on that contract and that law because you can weaponize it. You can build empires again and build power structures around basically double dipping in covenants. So you can take some things that Jesus said and grab a couple things from the old covenant and mash them together, and you have just a different, you have Judeo-Christianity, not Christianity and not Judaism. You have Judeo-Christianity.
It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Exactly. Yeah. It's neither or. It's so Israel, the nations.
Heard what he said? He says Christ came to fulfill the covenant so that the old covenant, otherwise known as the Torah or Law of Moses, is completely done, fulfilled, or as some pastors say, nailed to the cross. Yeah, I don't think so. Firstly, where is he quoting this from? Matthew 5:17, where Jesus acknowledges that he came to fulfill the law of Moses. The Greek word for fulfill is plerou, meaning to fill it up like gas in a car to the fullest. It doesn't mean to complete, but that's not even the main problem here. The big problem is how he connivingly takes one verse out of context and he completely ignores the verses after it. So the million-dollar question, what do those verses say? Jesus says, those who keep the law of Moses will be called great in heaven, and those who don't will be called least in heaven. And if your righteousness does not exceed the teachers of the law, you certainly will not enter heaven. This is what Jesus said in Matthew 5:17-20. In short, Jesus is indirectly telling anti-Zionist Christians, sorry folks, you have to support Israel, because if you don't, you will be called least in heaven. And if you do, you will be called great in heaven, because part of keeping the Torah is to support and bless Israel and the Jewish people. Context matters. Don't take verses out of context to justify a denominational stance. Read the verses preceding and succeeding it always. Please like and subscribe.